means not the master of slaves. And you work like the master, not like a slave. So that working like a master, not as a slave, work incessantly, non-stop, but do not do slave's work. So if you work like a slave, the result will be misery. This is the principle of Swami Vratam as pronounced by Swami Vivekananda in his book Karma Yoga. Then there is Chandanam Vratam, the piece, the sandalwood piece, whatever is marketly available, it is all adulterated. Don't believe that it is sandalwood. Chandanam lagate रहते. It is not Chandanam. It is some there are saw mill. Did you ever see saw mill? वहाँ से आता है. Or some such silly thing. Okay, it smells a little because they add a drop of some scent to it. Some perfume they add to it. They add perfume to everything, you know. So you see, nowadays they are adding perfume to washing powder. Clothes washing powder also they add perfume. And you clean dishes, they add perfume to that liquid. Perfume. I don't know, uncollected things. On small link and it goes somewhere. This head. Please excuse this head. So coming back to the point. So that is not the Chandana. Chandana is really, there is a tree, sandalwood piece. And so you take a piece of it, and there is a wooden thing, not wooden, a stone slab on which you rub it. The moment you start rubbing, fragrance comes out of it. That should be the work done by us. As we work, there is fragrance all around. The benefits accrue to people around. It's an offering to the whole. So, you see, Ishvara means the whole. You should look at it like that. Here, Ishvara is not a graven image. That is not how we are operating here. We are Vedantins, you know. We are Vedantins. We don't want to put ourselves in a different perspective in the context. Therefore, this sandalwood piece, they purchase a piece, a genuine one, and rub and keep it carefully. There is fragrance and there is paste. The paste is very cool to the body and fragrant to the nose and good in many ways. So that piece of wood has done so much service to people. And next day again they take it and again rub. Next day rub. Now it has become very thin. Still, they rub it. And now you cannot hold it anymore. You can only press with a thumb and still rub it. And finally, the piece doesn't exist anymore. Even while dying or ending, the piece has given fragrance and joy to all around. Work should be like that. This is called Chandanam Vratam. Then there is called Kamalam Vratam. Vrata is an austerity, a vow. This is how I will work. Kamala. Kamala is the lotus. It is always in the murky waters, but it remains pure. Therefore, you work irrespective of the surroundings, irrespective of, without any particular respect to the implements, the comforts, the facilities, etc. You continue to work and work, and don't compare yourself with others who may not be doing the right kind of work, etc. You are surrounded by murky waters, the Kamala, but it remains pure. You remain pure, irrespective of the attractions, etc. of the world. A dirty world all around you, but still you remain pure. And work without seeking any result thereof. The impurity is everybody is working for the sake of an egoic desire or desire for the result. Everybody is working like that. You stand apart, don't join the crowd. You work for the purity of heart. This is called Kamalam Vratam, as it is expounded by Bhagavan Sri Krishna in one of the verses. So Padma Patram Ivambhasa. That is what he says. It says about work only. So that is Kamalam Vratam. Then there is Nechaya Kratam. There is a thing called Prema Vratam. So work through love. Prema, love. Desire is not love. Desire for the result is not love. Desire for the result is antithesis of love. It is not love. Therefore, in love there is no taking, there is only giving. That is what love is. Therefore, every act of love brings happiness. You should know that. Every act of love. Love is only giving, not seeking, not taking. If you are seeking, you are taking, that is not love. That is a trade. That is not love. Therefore, work with love. Every act of love, it brings happiness. So, there is no act of love which does not bring peace. There is no such act at all. So, it is such a universal thing it is. Every act of love, without exception, brings peace, happiness, and blessedness. So, only Nechaya Kratam. So, I am bringing in this thing called love. Some of the Vedantins, they are uneasy about the word love. Why they should be uneasy about love? I don't understand. So, Yomad Bhakta Samay Priyaha, Shri Krishna says it so many times. What is your problem? Atmanah Kamaya Sarvam Sukham Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. The word Priya. So, Ananda, what you call Ananda, is love. What is your problem? I don't understand. I think it is some conditioning. Therefore, in love, there is no taking, there is only giving. So, you see, all thought of obtaining something in return for the work done. I have done this work and I am expecting to get something in return. All such thought hinders spiritual progress. Therefore, the work goes on. The work which is performed, the action which is performed without seeking the result thereof does not accumulate. It doesn't accumulate. So, I have done a 10,000 rupees charity. Oh, 10,000. How did you do that? I have given 100 rupees each to 100 people. 10,000 charity I have done. That is accumulation. Already you have accumulated. Whereas, the same thing, it doesn't accumulate. Means, you do not even feel that you have done something. Do not even feel. You forget. And if somebody reminds you, oh yeah, now I remember, like that. It is not amnesia, you know. It is not amnesia. But you should not confuse with amnesia. You just ignore it. That is love. So, this is the Chitta Shodhakam. Chitta Shodhakam doesn't mean just you go on doing some work daily, mumbling the same prayers, doing the same routine day after day after day after day like a tram car, and your Chitta becomes pure. It did not become pure, I can see that. That is not how. So, therefore, not only this kind of work where you seek the result thereof, it not only hinders spiritual progress, but also it brings misery. It is supposed to bring sukham, because you perform a ritual for sukha, but you end up getting dukkha, because sukha comes along with dukkha, they come together. Anyway, so we are talking of Chitta Shodhakam. This is how, so Chitta Shodhaka, it's not that you perform a work and then Chitta becomes pure. It's not like that. While performing the work, look at the motive. the thought, which is the origin of the work, and rejig the thought itself. Look at the thought. When you observe the thought, it has a desire in it, it has seeking in it, and when you observe it, the desire falls off. When you see the meaninglessness of the desire, the meaninglessness of it. Once I had a desire, some 20 years back, I had a desire. And I was immature, and I went to America for the first time, and immature, and the society is this way, that way, a bit odd for me. I came from a very unsophisticated village background, and so I was a bit odd with myself, and I had a desire. Then I noticed I was uneasy, I was uncomfortable, not at peace with myself. Then I looked at myself. Why am I like this? What is that? What do I need? This desire is there. That moment, I noticed that the desire is responsible for the unease. I mean, it's not the Swami, generally I am saying, like I and you. Then immediately, I decided to hell with this desire. I don't want it. I gave it up. And I never knew any unease afterwards. I mean, that kind of unease, for that reason, it is gone. That is Chitta Shodhakam. It's not that you go on doing karma like a tram car. When I get a better example, I will say that. For the present, I will say tram car. Because in tram, you see, nowadays, the tram cars, there are no drivers. In Newark airport, I entered into a tram car. I thought it is the other end, because there is no driver. I thought it is the other end. But there is no other end, only two cars. And when it is opened, there are only two cars. And that car said, that side also there is no driver. Then I asked, there is no driver. This doesn't have driver. How can it run without driver? Yeah, it can run, because you don't need to think or any such thing. Then I thought, oh, this is a good example for belief. Tram car. Okay? So you start to descend and you will realize you have reached the other end. Like some recitation, you start at descend, and then you have a nice picnic around, and then suddenly you realize you have reached the other end. Oh, it is finished? Yes, finished. Okay, go home. This is the tram car business. That is not Chitta Shodhakam. This is how Chitta Shodhakam. Means you examine the motive, you examine the seeking of desire, which is there in the thought. And as you examine it, as you see it, it falls off. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogaman atmanyev atmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadochiyate. Verses, Gita verses are stunningly beautiful and inspiring. So, Chitta Shodhakam, Mukti Sadhakam. Mukti, what is the Mukti? Tikakara helps us to some extent, I suppose. And I have a very beautiful tika before me, and I take a good advantage of it. And we will finish this verse and go to the progress to the next verse tomorrow morning. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Shanti Shanti Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha.